everybody, I'm Joe from My Lightroom is a Mess and the Editing School, and let's learn Photoshop. I ran into a situation doing an edit just yesterday where I felt a need to add a little bit of motion blur to the subject to imply some real movement and speed to the subject. And I realized this is a technique that a lot of people should really know how to do. So we're going to tackle it right now. All right, we're here in Photoshop and we have our bird in flight, and honestly, I could just edit the image and it would be fine. But what I really want to do is have some motion blur, just a little bit in the bird to imply the speed of the bird, but not change the background, because if I change the background, then the image looks like the whole image is motion blurred. So we're not going to do that. How in the world are we going to tackle that problem? So what we're going to do first is select the subject. With any of the intelligence selection tools active, we can come to select subject. If I have the select object tool, I could actually just click on that or come to select subject. Either one theoretically should work. So now that I have a selection active here, I'm actually going to save it. And I know I do this a lot in videos, and we don't always need to save selections, but it's useful for me to be able to come back to them time and again. So it's select, save selection, I'll call it bird, and press OK. And so now what I want to do, I'm going to change my cursor tool, is just make a copy of the background layer, Command or Control J, come to channels, and grab my bird mask right there, which is the selection I saved, and drag it onto this layer. So now this layer here is just the bird, all right? But that means I need a background that's actually a background that doesn't include the bird, okay? In order to be able to do something different with the bird and have the one from the background layer not show up. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the removal tool, okay, right there. And at the top, make sure you select Create New Layer. If I do this, then I make sure that I am not in some way getting rid of the bird in the background layer. I have that background layer that is untouched and I can always go back to it. So now I'm just going to drag this around and make sure to get all of the bird. Now, I've spoken before that I know that you should be able to just encircle an object and it will remove it. I've had times where that works fine and sometimes that it doesn't, so I've been in the habit of just coloring in the whole object I'm removing. Hit the check mark right there and it should do a removal, but it will create the new pixels as a new layer on top of the background layer. That way the background layer remains intact, so I can always come back to it. This is a good time for me to mention that I have started a new online academy called The Editing School. The Editing School is a community where we talk about editing every day. We have example edits every day. We share before and after. I have loads of recorded classes accessible to everybody who is a member on Lightroom and Photoshop. And we do live discussions and live hangouts 3 times a month to talk about editing in Lightroom and in Photoshop. I will leave a link to the Editing School in the description, and I hope to see you there. Let's remove this from view, and that's what we get. Now that looks great, and I want one layer that's going to be the background. Technically speaking, I don't need to do this because I'm not going to be blurring the background more, but let's say that I was going to. One thing I could do is have the bird that's visible turned off with the topmost visible layer selected, Command or Control, plus Alt or Option, plus Shift, plus the letter E. And now I get a layer that's just the background, and there's the bird. Right now the image looks the same as it did before, but the bird is its own layer. And what we're going to do now is make the bird into a smart object. 2 ways to do that. You could right-click, Convert to Smart Object, or we could come up to Filters, Convert for Smart Filters. They are the same thing. Do it either way. And now I can change the values of any filters on this layer, and I can change the values later on. Okay, so we're going to apply a filter here. We're going to come up to Filter, Blur Gallery, and Path Blur, which means it blurs along a path, as in movement. So we're going to say it is moving in that direction, okay, which it is, all right? And we can define the path in whatever way we want, so that feels pretty good. But it's way too blurred here, so I'm going to take its speed down, all right? So there's 10% speed. And then we have the endpoint speed, and that's going to be how much blur happens at a pixel level at the end. So this is really a matter of how much blur we're applying at the end of the movement, okay? And if I do a small amount, there's 10 pixels worth, and come in, all right? What we're seeing is it's blurring more on the wings, but it's also blurring along the path, and I can control the amount, okay? So I'm going to, centered blur is whether it foreshortens in the blur. So I'm going to take that out in this particular case, which shifts it forward a little bit. And that implies the movement and speed of the bird. Any values here I can absolutely change later on because I've applied them with a smart filter. Just double click Blur Gallery and you'd be able to do so. So now I have a bird that is slightly blurring, but the other cool thing that's happening is since it's its own object, I can hit Command or Control T, and then I'd be able to make it a little bit bigger in the frame, and I could reposition it in some way. Let's say right about there. And then I have my image. I'd be able to do any other adjustments I want. For instance, this image I think wants to be cooled down a little bit in color temperature. I think the overall edit should be a little bit brighter. So let's do a little bit of a curves adjustment layer there. And I think above the bird, we'll do another curves adjustment layer to brighten up just the bird. But to apply it only to the bird, hold Alt or Option and click the line in between the two. To apply this only to the bird, it's definitely too much. I'm going to take its opacity down to about 40%, right about there. And if I wanted to do other adjustments, I would be able to. So that is how we are going to apply some blur and create motion blur for a subject to imply the speed at which it is moving.